What's this? Part 6. Yes, this is Lucas again with another part of the audio collage series. We're on part 6 now. Said there would be a part 5 and that was it. But you know, you only live once. And so I thought, well, there's more. And that is the live performance aspect of composition. Sometimes you can actually edit a lot faster too when you're just throwing elements together in real time. So what I have here is all of the clips that I just sort of threw away or didn't keep because I didn't end up using so much of the audio, the music audio specifically from the first 5 tutorials. So as you can see here, I've got them. And I actually had to re-record them from the first video I made because I didn't save them all. So just so I don't hash over things that have already been hashed, these are all items that have been turned into clips in the same method that I would on the video, and then made it so that the loop could just be its own section is saved here. What I do is I guess that I haven't said is that I'll take these and they kind of snap when you get them close to that yellow line in the middle there. I like to have them start right at the 0. That way it saves as just the clip. And it's much easier to loop in a lot of programs actually. So for the particular program that I use, putting in just the loop won't really quite ensure that it'll loop properly. Whereas I realize that in Ableton, for instance, you can just have the loop and it'll be fine. So the workaround I have for that is to just, since they're already loops, go into the effects and repeat it 3 times. There we go. And then I can just save that. I'm just going very general with this, just to get them saved. And then just unmute, repeat the effect with Control R. Save it. And when I have them all saved, you'll see. So it's just enough to be useful. So I've got each of them saved in the little files here. Perfect for my purposes. Now for me, I'm not very brand specific on this one. This is just what I used. Traktor Pro 3. Around Thanksgiving, it's usually half off, which is coming up. So 50% off. It's usually a $100 program. You get it for 50 bucks. The reason why I say I'm not married to it is because sometimes I have technical issues. I have trouble solving when I'm trying to use it with streaming or recording software where it seems to get confused, as well as when I hook certain hardware to it, it just doesn't seem to be the friendliest way. It could just be something I'm doing wrong. But what I would say is, as long as it's some kind of thing where you can play more than one clip, have them sync together because it does have the feature and I rather like it. And give you a little chance to put a couple effects on it, maybe 4-deck mixing. That's all I use usually. It should be fine. This is my performance setup. Now, after everything I just said about Traktor, it has been my setup. Therefore, it must be doing something right. I like all the versatility, all the effects that it has. It's fine by me. It has gain, it has filters, it even has extra types of effects in here. And of course, the 4 tracks here. There's a lot better tutorials out there about how to get started with this than I'm able to go into right now. I just want to demonstrate the process. And this is where I like to mess around with audio, come up with live sessions. And when me and my wife are doing our radio show as well, this is my interface. We collect up material, we mash it up, collage it, put effects on it live. There's also things that we've already done this treatment to that we bring in so that we can do even more stuff with it. We can have more layers in the show. But it all happens in this software. And I'll show you when we record something in here, we can then take that recording, go into Audacity, and do the same thing I did originally with those materials. When we messed things up, and then we decide, hey, these things sound cool. These things we don't have to worry, we don't have to use. And we just keep selecting, keep remixing, keep selecting. Eventually you'll have a very unique creation. This is the loop buttons here. So if I push play and I click a loop button, it'll just start looping. Sounds like it's a little short on the 4, so I'll make it an 8. There it is. Nice and heavenly. And then what are the other ones doing? I'll even unclick and reclick just so I make sure that it's a clean loop. Sounds clean enough. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Reverb. Sort of like a filtered reverb, the lower ends. Just the high ends. Just the low ends. This takes out only the low ends. This takes out only the mediums. This takes out only the tops. So mediums and tops are out. All you have is the middle. And then if you only want the middle, tops and bottoms are out. Kind of an old-timey sound, maybe. That with the filter, you can get very specific on what frequency you get into there. Dual delay. Just repeats it twice. To the right, it goes more for the high-end treble sounds. To the left, again, it's like a filter kind of into the other end. Noise, kind of adds noise. And time gate is weird. You get kind of tremolo, or at the higher levels, it's just cutting it off. Again, to the left, it's almost like a filtered version of it. With all of those, oh yeah, key. This makes it go faster, slower. Now, if you go past 25%, it does affect the pitch. But if you take off the pitch control right here, then it always does that. And if you have something interesting like Combining effects is cool. If I want to make this the master, then I can make other things match with it, like this, by clicking sync. Now, as I said before, you can change this part. So let's try multiply by 2. Bring it up a little bit. So that ends up being a very fast way of getting things to be synced up. What do we have down here? That one's already synced up. And since these numbers are really close, actually, when I double those, it seems to work well. This one, I don't know. I think this is just like that. I don't think it really needs a sync option. It's fine on its own. So, since you have kind of a rough idea of my setup here, what I would do if I was trying to come up with something is I would just start triggering things and messing with things as much as possible. So let's give it a go. Oh, then the record button went away because, well, apparently if you open too many of these, you start losing stuff. You start losing features. So there's the record button. Hopefully, since I'm recording on my computer while recording, it doesn't mess anything up. But it should be okay. Yeah, we're still doing all right. So when in doubt, just play everything at the same time. Then zero in when you think something might sound interesting. Let's try syncing it. Let's find the exact part where it sounds good. Yeah, that Those notes don't sound the best. I'm gonna nudge this a little bit. Maybe the other direction. So if you hold down this button, actually that's a little bit. I need something that's a little bit heavier. So that was unexpected. Got a weird groove in there. I'll go ahead and stop the recording on that one. So, exploration, diving in, zooming in. Oh, that sounds cool. What if I change this? Oh, that sounds interesting. And kind of just feeling it out. Probably 80% of it sound bad, but we'll look back at it, see what sounded good, and we'll keep that. So that was the first 4 clips. We've got 5 more. No, we don't. We have 6 more. You know what's kind of fun is to just hit record and push play with the exact same settings as before. Yeah, that's the same. I have the same clip right here from before. I wanted to trade out for a fresh one. Let's take number 9 here. I forgot to loop this along. I think I'm getting doubles here. I keep forgetting to loop them. Okay, so I'm gonna have to divide that in half. I regret doing this. It's so out of sync. Let's get this higher up. Let's make it depressed. Let's make it the new. Sounds pretty good. It sounds like probably what's going on now. It's so good. Sometimes it just sounds great. let's just put weird stuff on it now. I'm trying to save it. I never synced these. Like a bass drop. I tried. Actually, I thought that toward the end that got pretty interesting. There's a lot of time where I didn't know what I was doing. So do I have nothing that has just a strong bass kick? Maybe I don't. Wait, no, there was a bass kick. Now it's French house. Here. I asked for a bass kick. It has a bass line mixed in with the kick. But what you can do just isolating the low. Let's just record the bass kick. I have a feeling it's going to be necessary. All right, that's probably enough of that. Probably enough. Okay. All right, so now we're going back into Audacity with the recordings from that last couple sessions there. They should be right in this folder. Yep, right here with so many others. Well, maybe I'll do one at a time here because I don't know what happened. I don't know what would happen if I tried to put all of them in. So there's the baseline track that we just did. That one will probably be easy enough to clean up and save as a loop. This one I can almost guarantee that it's just going to be the ending that we're going to keep. That's a, I'm gonna make sure I include the whole exploration process just so people know. We're not going to edit out the boring parts. No, you are the editor. You get to see the boring parts in real time. You get to be the boring parts. And by the way, it's great to see the looks on people's faces when you catch them in the same room with you saying, oh, that looks interesting, when you go and lay some of that on them. Then they say, you know what, that's kind of annoying. I say, oh, I guess you didn't want to hear the agonizing process of coming up with something. I mean, did I say agonizing? I meant fun. I think that this was nothing. Yeah, that's a bunch of nothing. So really, there's only 3. Let's listen through anyway. This is also a fun part of the process, being surprised. I like being surprised. So let's just start here. You know what? I'm just going to save it as is. I guess I should count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16. Okay. So at least it's even. So I'm actually going to call it a bass kick loop. All right, 1 down. This is the one I'm afraid of, so maybe we'll save that for later. Let's see what's going on with this one. Oh, that's interesting. So I just dragged the mouse from at the spot where it made my face look funny. And right before it kind of got interesting again, I'm just going to delete everything I just went over. So let's go back. That's interesting to me. So I think I just like when the bass kicks in and it goes so. There's like a moment there where it sounded good. I'm gonna try to isolate into it. Once it gets too unbearable, that's when I'll cut it again. Alright, we're gonna wait until it sounds tolerable again. there's something there that sounds really good to me. I like it when it's trying to search for it. So this is kind of a nuance worth saying. It's fun to keep the spot that is the groove. Like for instance, I know in the other clip it's going to be at the end. But sometimes the search for the groove is the interesting part. Like you know the payoff, but you know like, oh, we got there somehow. We got to the groove somehow. And so sometimes I like to include that because that's free material in an interesting way. The reason it's interesting to me is because it feels very human. It's showing in the background a little bit of the process it took to get to the cool idea. And since you went out of your way to record yourself making the idea, testing ideas out, you have that, which is one of the best reasons to record your sessions, by the way, because sometimes you'll accidentally get somewhere and then you say, okay, we're going to record and try that again, and the magic just isn't there the same way. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm keeping the parts that sound the most experimental. If something's just sitting on something and nothing's changing at all, then to me no experimentation is really happening. It's more like there's a pause where like my brain stopped thinking. And to me that's not a very interesting moment. Before I insult myself too much further, I'm going to just try to demonstrate what I'm talking about. I think this is when I was trying to zero in. So I might keep it there because I think that's a clean loop actually if I cut it there. Let's find out. There's a little bit of a pop. I know there's a little bit of a pop right there, but oh well. I could either go in and fix it or sometimes celebrate the weirdness because this is getting so experimental and everything out there is so polished these days that sometimes it's fun to actually hear a mistake. It's like you're hearing someone try something. Might not keep this because it's kind of funny. That part was just me getting frustrated. If you couldn't tell, I got frustrated. Right, I'm going to take out this because it's really slow experimentation. We kind of get the idea. And let's start at the beginning again. I enjoyed that part. Once I stopped enjoying it, that's when I'll start cutting it. Also, I'm starting to notice every time one of these is sort of like the starting point I look for visually. So that's what I try to keep it in the bar park. Keep it in the bar park. Let's see. So the reason why I want to keep this is because I feel like there's a momentum to the experimentation that's happening here. Because it started with something here. The reason why I kept this is that for contrast, this part in the beginning. So it's like, okay, this is, kind of casual, interesting. You can recognize it from the earlier samples. Probably layer some clips over it. Then the beat comes in and it's like kind of uncertain, like, is this gonna work? Then around here roughly, it actually does kind of click in, like, oh, that actually sounds like there might be a groove in there. You can feel it. I know you can. And that's when you break I guess you're not breaking the tension, you're actually causing the tension. So it goes into experimentation. It's all, and like, well, for me, it feels like it needs to lead somewhere. It feels like the momentum has been building the whole time. It's like they say, never make it boring. So it's like, um, to me, that just wouldn't be as interesting as I feel like it can be. Maybe that's a better way to put it. So let's just see what happens from here. I can tell I'm trying to find a nice chord. Trying to find a nice resolve chord. See what? There we go. It's about 4 bars. Here, that measure sounded like it could be a throwaway measure. Famous last words. Yeah, I wanted to have it resolve on the resolve. As weird as that sounds. You'll see. Oops. Where was it? It feels like it's more steady on here. So found a new home. Further exploration, further new home. Anyway, let's keep going. I remember I was messing around. At this point, I was messing around with the phasing. So to me, we'll see if it's interesting or not, but I'm not expecting it to be. you can tell where it belongs. I tried lining it up with the beat, and I have it syncopate a little bit. Yeah, that's where it belongs. I got an extra loop in there somehow. I think that's good. All right, let's see what keeps going on here. That's starting to get interesting. I like what I'm hearing. And this is when like grids would probably be helpful. But there's so many tempo changes that can happen. Then I don't know. Anyway. Oop, extra beat. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Okay. If I listen back. It's gonna be somewhere around here. that was kind of interesting. Gosh, I do and I don't feel bad for taking everybody along for this particular ride. It's like when they say, "Nope, they gots to know, they gots to know, they gots to know what it takes to make something." All right, get rid of that. I probably got a hiccup here. Yeah, I got a hiccup. Not as bad of a hiccup as I thought it would be, but here we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see. It started to get a little bit monotonous in here. I like when the bass came out and then kind of came back in. I thought that was interesting. I want to catch it before it gets too boring here. Right here. I think that's going to be a clean loop. Is this one it? I can do that. There we go. So it started to not sound as cool around here. Let's see if that does it. Oof. Tuning. I know it's really weird, but it sounds too much like Bolero. I'm not going to keep it. Okay. If you're wondering how I recognize the loop so fast, it's because I've been doing this for a while. Apparently I was done. I knew it was a hit. All right, so I got that down to like 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna save that as slower music jam. Slower music background. Okay. Oh man. Okay, let's see if there's anything cool to listen to in here or not. I'm gonna do this a lot faster. This video is gonna get too long. I like that. I think we're gonna move on. Gosh, this is like an audio record of like frustration, specifically mine. I don't want to listen to this. You know what? Life is too short for this. We know it. You and I both know it. The better part of this was by the end. Back when once I realized that it was like some crazy polyrhythm. Maybe I'll keep a little bit of it. Not a lot of it, but a little bit. Okay, around here, around this part, I felt like I was kind of zeroing in on a good loop. All right, so there's a part where I get tired of hearing that. So I'm just gonna, I don't even know if it's on a looped spot well or not. Let's find out. I was trying to find the loop. That's not, once it gets into the groove, I can feel it, I can hear it, but I can tell that's where I was trying to find the right loops. That's where it locks in. And just in case it doesn't let me keep this, or in case I just try to do anything other than I should do, which is only save this part, I'm going to make sure I at least do the smart thing and keep that. I should at least make sure it starts at the right place. How about that? Where's the beginning? That's where the beginning is. No, it's not. Okay. You know what? Faster. Good loop. And what is this even? I'll save it anyway. Okay, now we have the recording of whatever we did at the end of part 5. And so that's going to be used in combination with these. And also, oh, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough because it can only hold 4 things anyway. So yeah, this will be enough. All right, so next is the final mashing up of everything together.